Hi folks, let's do a question here on working with function notation. So we've got a function f which is defined as negative x squared minus x plus 4. So let's just remind ourselves what this is telling us. Okay, and the way I'd like you to think about it is that x is your input. So whatever's inside the bracket is your input, and this expression tells you what f does to the input. So what does it do to the input? Well, it squares it. Then it takes the negative of it, then subtracts the input, and then adds 4. So here we're asked to determine f at x minus 1. So our input now becomes x minus 1. So let's figure out what that is. So let's follow our recipe here. So the first thing we have to do, again, following BEDMAS, the first thing I have to do is to square it. So we have x minus 1 squared with the negative of that. Then we have to subtract the input. Now notice here, I always put my input in brackets, and we see that this would be a case where we'd be in big trouble if we did not put this in brackets, because we're subtracting the whole expression, not just that first part. And then we add 4. Okay, so first thing we need to do is take care of that square, so that negative, I'm not going to do anything with it. Now here you've got a binomial being squared, so of course you can use that famous song, or if you don't remember the song, you can actually multiply it directly. So let's remember that x minus 1 squared, meaning whatever's in bracket times itself. Okay. Now here, as I go along, I'll actually simplify. So let's recall that's like having a minus 1, and you distribute the minus 1 to both expressions. So negative 1 times x is just minus x, and then negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Okay. So if you don't remember the song, you basically are multiplying every item in this bracket with every item in that bracket. You can also think of the old FOIL method. So multiply the firsts. So x times x is x squared. Okay, and then outsides. So x times negative 1 is negative x. Then the insides, negative 1 times x is again negative x. And then the lasts, negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. And here minus x, and again we can simplify this here, so plus 5. So here, negative. Now I'm really going step by step. You can certainly skip some steps. Here you can just do it in your head. X times negative 1, x times negative 1. So negative 2x right off the bat. Or you can show every step. So that depends on your comfort level. And now let's distribute this minus 1 to everything in the bracket. So we have negative x squared plus 2x. Okay, and then minus 1, and then minus x plus 5. And last step is to bring together all the like terms. So negative x squared, no other like term, but here I have 2x minus x, which just gives us x. And then negative 1 plus 5 is 4. And there you have it, the final answer.